Okay, you guys, I didn't think I'd get this annoyed by this, but I can feel you're annoyed too. We're being gaslit and it's really irritating. Nobody will take responsibility. And the only reason I'm showing up here today is because Tyler has a court date tomorrow and I am dying to know what's going to happen because I think he's either got to pay a $30,000 fine for back child support or he's going to go to jail because if he doesn't show up, he'll be in contempt of court again. And I don't know about you guys, but I would like to maybe have a lawyer come on this broadcast and explain to us what is going on from a legal perspective. Because everybody at Love is Blind is just like, oh, it's fine. And everybody's just so nice. And I just love Tyler and Ashley, and they're such great people. Really? Does anyone care about these kids? I mean, I swear to you, it's as if, you know what? Child abandonment is perfectly okay if there's any kind of a lesbian in the situation. Just if you want to abandon your child, just, make sure that there's a lesbian situation affiliated and then childhood abandonment is completely forgiven. It's like, what is going on? And then Monica just came on defending Ashley and Tyler. And I'm like, what is happening? There are children, innocent children that are going to be completely devastated, if not already, because when we first started this, I thought the children were much younger. The Facebook photos I saw were baby pictures, toddlerish. I didn't realize that these kids were 6 and 7 years old, that they can watch things on the internet. They're probably already on YouTube. I hope they're not finding any of these videos, but they're going to find them eventually. And so then I look at the court date where Tyler has a $30,000 bill. So regardless, you guys, of what all the gaslighting that's being done by the Love is Blind cast, all these little fame-hungry jerks that aren't acknowledging this, guess what? The judge in the Baltimore County Court is going to go ahead and recognize it for us. So we don't have to worry about what all of these little narcissists on the show keep defending and standing by their friends who are abandoning children. It's like they've lost all credibility in my perspective. I can't find any of you guys commenting saying, you know what, like we started out defending Ashley because we all know what it's like to be with a guy who's doing this. But there's more. But wait, there's more. Because Tyler is a leopard doesn't change his spots, right? And Tyler's been up to even a more gross thing. I don't even know if it's more gross, but just confirmation of who he is. Look what my girl Grace Report found and did an amazing broadcast to let us all know that Tyler is still the most disgusting guy. He's still being himself. He hasn't changed a bit, and this is the evidence of it. Now, I'm a white girl. I don't feel qualified to have this conversation, so this is why I'm referring you to her. But she basically says that it's highly suspicious. In the text thread that Bry shared, he said, she's cool. Doesn't look like anyone I've ever dated. I'll just say that. I mean, nobody can argue Ashley is absolutely beautiful on the outside. On the inside, I'm still questioning, which still makes me, I hate saying that because when I listen to her speak and it just feels like, why is this girl not who she says she is? It's very frustrating. Are you ready for this? Look at this. Just look at, I don't know how she found this. So if you guys know, I don't know if her name is Grace, but she's amazing. She has a great perspective. So go watch her whole episode and look at what she found on his TikTok. All the women he was liking in his TikTok that he later disabled. It's like, dude, don't you know we can see all this stuff? I mean, basically, it's like we have how many FBI agents on this now? Like we don't they know we're all FBI? Look at all the women. And what's gross about this and what Grace Report points out is these are all very, very young girls. And they all have the one thing in common, that they don't look like Ashley. And this is very painful and a very sensitive issue. So I'm not going to pretend as a white girl that I can talk about this. I'm just going off of what my girl from Grace Report says. So just, I'm just bringing this to your attention because regardless of the race, it's still a guy who is on the internet, flirting with other women, wanting attention. This is why my concept Gumball Love, it literally transcends. It doesn't matter what race, what age. You can have an 85, 95-year-old gumball guy. It doesn't matter. This behavior, I think a lot of people attach, like, if I have all clients, I have Puerto Rican clients that are like, I'm never dating a Puerto Rican guy again. I'm never dating an Italian, no more Italians, no more firefighters. You know, like we all think that it's a certain type and it's not, it's a certain behavior. So there are good guys and bad guys in every race, every background, and every socioeconomic status, because just because they have money doesn't make them better. You know what I mean? So this is just the evidence that he, no matter how much attention he has, this is current, by the way. This is current. This isn't past. This is current. And he just had to disable this. This is what Tyler's doing. He's liking all of these girls on these accounts. And I think she even brings up more and more and more. There were a lot, a lot. And she had a great point on here too. I don't know if I can use her sound on here. So I'm just going to make sure that I don't get in trouble for the copyright. I don't know. Does YouTube copyright YouTube? I'm sure it does. As you can see, I'm new. But all of them are so young. One of them has bunk beds in the background, meaning college age. So he's way too old looking at young girls. There it is. There's the bunk bed right there. She's in college. And, you know, it's like so gross that this is what he's doing while he's with Ashley. So why is she standing up for this guy? So then I thought, you know what? I'm going to share with you guys what I think it is. Okay. And I'm sorry that I have to do this. I am. But you know what? I'm going to, because they're irritating me so bad. And until I get a good enough reason other than, well, Ashley's just a good girl. And, you know, I really like her and she's a good friend and we're friends in the pods. And I don't care. I don't care. Do the right thing, people. Do the right thing. I want you to pretend like you're looking at all three of those kids and they're 17 and 18 years old. And then I want you to imagine them watching you run your mouth and talk about how nice Tyler is. And he's a great guy. Really? Really? Is that what you would say to the kids? If the kids said to you, what do you think about my dad abandoning us to come on reality freaking TV? I mean, I'm sorry. There's just no reason to do this. Love is Blind is not some, you know, incredible, you know, like it's not, there's no philanthropy here. He didn't go and he's not, you know, doing world peace activities. This is just meeting somebody on a TV show and falling in love. But I'm sorry, there is no other human being on planet Earth that is okay for you to just abandon your children for. You know, like this is why we're mad, you guys. This is why we're mad. But it doesn't matter. Like everything you follow from these people, it's just like gaslight, gaslight, gaslight. And it's like they're telling all of us, nope, you're wrong. They're great people and you don't understand. But in any of those explanations, they never say anything about the kids. And that's how we know it's effed up. Oh, really? They're nice people? Tell that to those kids. Tell that to Bri, who sat there by herself wondering what was going on, sending text messages. But the thing is, guys, tomorrow or today when you see this, maybe I can get this up by tonight. On Friday, what is Friday? Friday's the 15th. He'll go to court or he won't. I don't know. I'm dying to know, like, will he not show up and cause even more problems for himself? Because he also, I know he threatened Bri that he was going to unalive himself. What is this? What is this thing about unalive? I guess it's a word to bypass the censors online, but going to unalive himself if she continued to talk about it. So if you're such a good guy and this is not a big deal, then why would you unalive yourself over it? There shouldn't be anything wrong with what you're doing. It should be very easy to talk about. Yet for some reason, these people are really struggling, but then they gaslight us because we don't understand. So let me just tell you what else I look at. So here it is, guys. More gaslighting. So, what does Monica have to say? Do you agree with Ashley's position to defend Tyler? Kind of an interesting way to ask the question. So, what does she say? Is there more gaslighting? Let's see. Let's see. I predict gaslighting.
Here's what I will say. Ashley and Tyler are two of my favorite people in the world. Ashley is my bestie, and we have spent a lot of time together over the last year. Actually, I've spent the most amount of time in terms of with the guys from the show with Tyler. He's become a great friend. My boyfriend, the two of them, we've done a lot of double dates and time together, and they are incredible human beings, and I love them both dearly. And yeah, Ashley is just the most amazing person, and she's got so much love, and
why is she defending
I'm obsessed
Tyler
with her. So I've gotten a lot of these, and I know I kind of answered one last night, but I just want to read.
Still not going to answer the question. She's just a great person, and I just love her. And my new boyfriend just loves Tyler. It's like, if your new boy, let me just tell you, if her new boyfriend is getting along with Tyler, that's a red flag. If guys don't get along with other good guys, do not get along with guys like Tyler. So I flag that highly. And I know that they went through an experience, but even if I saw Garrett, who you guys know is my, my favorite one of the cast, but if he's still hanging out with Tyler, then I would say, then that's not good, because there shouldn't be an alignment there. It would just be like if you hung out with a girl who was cheating on her husband or was abandoning her children. Like, could you hang out? None of us could hang out with somebody who was doing these things. There is no good reason. They're not explaining it because there isn't an explanation. And thank God the court of law is justifying all of us are like, hello, what's happening here? And the judge is like, $30,000, Tyler. Like, thank you. Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you for saying that there is money owed and there is a court hearing, and he's going to sit in front of a judge where nobody can be like, oh, he's such a great guy, and oh, he's so amazing. Really? He's so amazing? Look at the text thread where he would just give up his rights to his kids so quickly. I don't know if you guys know Jessie Wu. I know a lot of you did see her broadcast, but she had Bry on her show, and they went through all of it, all of the receipts, all the court documents, everything. I mean, there is nothing that says this is a good person. So are these people all stupid? Are they all lying to us? Like, it feels like this massive cover up, and I am a conspiracy theorist and I hate a cover up. I hate this kind of thing so bad. I never thought I would get this mad about it, but you know what? I guess, that ship has sailed. I'm mad about it. And I like Monica too. It's like, I think that's what's the hard thing about this. It's like, I liked these people. I really liked Monica. I felt like she was just so cool, and I hated Steven for doing all the things he did to her. But here she is. Oh, Tyler is such a good guy. Like, why? Why do you think he's a good guy? Why are you standing up for this filth of a human being that is married to a woman, abandoned his children, and is still looking at young girls that are 17, 18, 19 years old on TikTok and liking so many of them and liking all of them that don't look anything like Ashley? It's so disgusting, but he's a great guy, everybody. So we're just there. This is like, hi, I'm on Love is Blind, and I'm going to take up gaslighting as my number one hobby after the show. And I'm going to continue to do it. It's like, why are they standing up for this guy? It is mind boggling. And all of you guys in the comments, I mean, I see them in my comments. I see them in comments on everything. I mean, Ashley's had to disable her comments because her wedding day, all those photos and things that should be happy memories are getting completely blanketed by people saying, what is going on? Why aren't you doing the right thing? And they just act like there isn't another story. This is it. Like, we're just trying to live our lives. It's disgusting. So I did a little bit more research. And so then, here, let me show you. Okay. Again, I hate doing this, but you know what? Until I learn differently, and it's not that my opinion matters at all. I feel like we're all in this, we're invested in this, and if there wasn't an upcoming court case and I didn't think that Bri was going to actually get paid for what she's owed, I think most of us that are here that are talking about this are so hopeful that she deserves to be vindicated, and she deserves other people speaking up and not acting like just because she wasn't on the TV show that her voice doesn't matter, that her children don't matter. And all of these bitches that are just like, oh, we're just having a good time and we're going to football games and we don't care at all that there are children that are being so hurt. These 3 kids' lives will forever be changed, and none of them are doing the right thing. And Garrett and Taylor, they could be doing the right thing too. They could be saying, you know what? I really disagree with the way things were handled. And Tyler has 3 children. They are his biological children, and he was in their lives right before he left. I think the right thing to do would be to make sure that they're taken care of, to pay the child support that's owed. And, I don't know the details on why, and he is my friend. I don't want to get personally involved, but say something, say anything, but don't act like there's absolutely nothing going on. So I thought, you know what? Who is Ashley? And then I saw this photo right here of, boobs and abs. And so I clicked on it and I thought, oh, when was this done? What do we got here? So here we go. This is pulling up stories if it will. So this is Ashley 241 weeks ago. So basically, what is it? 52 weeks in a year. So years ago, this is what she was doing online. This is who we're dealing with. Somebody who we need to come up with a word for looking at yourself in the camera and saying nothing. Ashley, you're not a Kardashian. You're not selling makeup. You're just looking at yourself, smiling. Look at me, idolize me. This is a narcissist behavior. In fact, I put this in AI and I said, what is this thing that people do when they just look and smile? Look at me. Oh, look at my sexy legs. And look at me. There's no point to any of this. But here's my boobs. Here's my sexy eyes. You know what I mean? Like, you want to know why she's not doing anything? Because she gets all eyes on her, all this attention, all this stuff she wanted 203 weeks ago. She wants all of this. This is why those kids don't matter, because this is who she is. What are you selling? I thought isn't she like she works at a hospital on that board for women and children, but I mean, this is how gross it is. And I thought, you know what? This is why you won't do the right thing, because this is what you want. This is what you want us looking at. All these sexy, look at me, 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 look at me. Disgusting, disgusting, disgusting. And I just think how unfortunate that this is worth more to you, showing your boobs, showing your lips, showing your legs. You just want to look sexy, sexy, sexy. And you know what? Your guy is looking at other women. You're doing all this for us, and your guy is looking at teenagers in college, and you're not even his type, and he's saying it. It's online, but you don't care because you were on a reality show. And this has been her. Like, oh, finally. Oh no, I thought we actually had some kind of a point. Every single thing. And this is, by the way, these are things she saved in her highlights. So it's like all of it is this is narcissism. I put this in AI. What is going on with somebody who just does this right here? Just looking at herself. Oh, we're going to zoom in. And it said narcissism. I thought, wow, because I said, what's a word for people who do this? They just say nothing. It's just like, what is happening here? Am I just here to look at you? Like, what are you doing? So you guys, this is why we're not getting a girl who actually is like, oh my gosh, there are kids here. She's going on podcasts so that you come, and here I am. I'm giving her time on my platform here, but this is all she's doing. Is there anything productive? Anything going on here? I don't think so. It's just look at me, look at me, look at me, look at my boobs. I mean, look, I'm only at 84 weeks. This is all she does all day long. Nonstop. Let's look at that. That is a lot of idolize me. And ego, ego, ego. So you want this girl to do the right thing. You want this girl to think about children. You want this girl who's just focused on showing her lips and her boobs. No, she's not gonna think about kids. I mean, I don't even know if we can find anything in her whole Instagram that has anything to do with anything productive other than just looking at her. Look, this is it. So then it's like, well, what about Tyler? So what if we go into Tyler's? Is this going to switch it for me? No, it's not. Hold on. Let me get Tyler's up. All right. So here's Tyler. Do we have anything productive, or is it just more, look at me working out? Look at, here I am working out again. And here's my bathroom. Here's me cleaning up my house and folding my clothes. I mean, who films this? It's like, you're not selling anything. This is conquer the morning, conquer the day, take care of you. Here's me cleaning up my living room, juggling. Look at me, look at me. Oh, wait, do we have a match made in heaven? You know what? I don't know why we're so worried about Ashley, because she has found the same person. This is the same person. I can't stand that they wear crosses around their necks and act like this and completely, look, you guys, it's just, I feel so bad for those kids. I feel sorry for Bri. I just feel disgusted by how they are just disregarding these kids. So, but look, I mean, hey, at least Tyler, it's amazing. Tyler's actually showing you some kind of a workout regimen. He's showing you at least something productive, like cleaning and organizing, where Ashley shows you nothing. She just shows you her face and her lips and her boobs and her legs. It's all about sex. It's all about her. At least there's a little bit here, but let's look at his Instagram. Oh, yeah. Don't worry about the kids, because why? Let's zoom in here. Oh my gosh. Thank you for all the support, and pray you continue to support. Here I am with my little tear. I'm crying. And we're on the billboard in Times Square. So, by the way, it's Times Square, not Times Square. But yeah, that's amazing, Tyler, that you are on a billboard in Times Square. That's so important in life. That is so key. I mean, I can see why you left those three beautiful children for a billboard in Times Square. This is disgusting. But you guys, this is why they're not doing anything, because this is so intoxicating for them that they can't resist. Where's my other thing that gives me side by side? Why is this not working? Where is it? Okay, this is really weird. It won't give me that same layout. There it is. Okay. So yeah, like, I mean, and then we've looked at his Instagram before. Oh, there it is. There's the Love is Blind. That's what the big deal is, that no New Yorker even glances at. It's like, yep, there you are. There she is, crying over the fact that you lied about how you have children. That's what made it. That's funny that's what made it on the billboard. And he's still excited about it. This is the level of sick. And oh, here we are. We're on podcast interviews. That's why you abandon your children. Here I am. I owe $30,000, but wait, I've got to focus on the billboard in Times Square, and I got to do a podcast interview. But I'm going to skip the one with Nick Vile because, oh no, actually he did do one, but it was before it dropped. Look how happy he is. He's so happy. He's getting all his attention. And yeah, so I mean, you guys just think of this. All of this is posted after that. They know that we know, and they're still going to post this. So, you know, we've done this where we go back in time and we look at who is Tyler before, what was he posting? Just pictures just like Ashley. Look at me. Look how good looking I am. Look how cute I am. Oh, I have a puppy. Does that make me sexier? I mean, it's just so gross. At least his have a little bit more imagination than Ashley's. They're a little bit more interesting. They're not just of his face. And I mean, video after video after video after video. I mean, I'm sorry. It's just like, it's disgusting. So here's a little repetitive from TikTok, but it's really, really sad. But here's what we can all look forward to. And what do we have to look forward to? Thank you to Jessie Woo for getting us this beautiful Court document. All right, now let's see if we can zoom in here. Okay, here it is. This is thanks to Jessie Woo, who is amazing. I have to say, the first time I saw her, I was like, okay, who is this girl? And I was texting my friend. I was like, I'm trying not to like Jessie Woo, but this the struggle is real. She was super animated in where I caught her. And like by the end, I was like, okay, I can't help it. I just love this girl. She's awesome. And she's such a girl's girl. And I just got chills. She really stood up for Bri, gave Bri a platform. I would invite Bri on this platform, but I don't have the size yet. We're building to 1,000 subscribers right now. So share this if you're liking this content. But I think that Bri's had enough. I don't feel like I would do anything or add anything by having, basically asking her the same questions. And Jessie did a great job, but she has this court document that shows that Tyler is going to court on the 15th, which as I record this right now, it is tomorrow. So you may be getting it, might be happening today. I'm going to see if I can zoom in and find out exactly what time, because it'll be Eastern time in Baltimore County, Maryland. I'm going to get a better zoom in of this. Okay, you should be able to see it. I'm kind of looking at this on a smaller screen, but if you go to full screen, it does say that it was filed against him on January 12th, 2024 for failure to pay child support. And it talks about the hearing that he was supposed to be paying $2,200 in monthly child support. So just that right there. He was supposed to be paying $2,200 in monthly child support and was failing to do so according to the law. So you guys, we are being gaslit. And everybody wants to say they're so great, those nice people. They're not. These are not nice people. I'm sorry. If you are defending Tyler and Ashley at this point and you're not acknowledging this and you just think that you can blow over it how many comments do these people need? I mean, can you imagine going from being like a regular everyday person to the whole internet screaming at you and still being like, get my boobs. Okay. I mean, I'm sorry. It's like, what, how can you live with yourself? I mean, I would have to be like, dude, I'm sorry, but I tried my hardest to go along with this. Like maybe he told her a lie up until she, maybe she thought a certain way. Like we tried to give her the benefit of the doubt. She thought a certain way up until, Bri's recording came out, until Jessie interviewed her, maybe even until she put her testimony on Instagram. She even reached out to her. So if you watch this broadcast with Jessie, you will get the whole story. I mean, it's in depth. And so I don't even think it's worth me doing the highlights of that video. Just go watch it on Jessie Woo's channel. And let's find out what the exact episode, because it is a live instead of a video. So if you go in, it was streamed 8 days ago, and it says Love is Blind DC. Ashley defends Tyler abandoning his children, plus Chris Colin and more. And actually, I believe, oh no, this is just the live. This is just the live without Bri, but then there's another live with Bri and Storytime with Ricky, who also has been covering this really well. So I don't think I need to duplicate any of them. They've done a fantastic job. And so I don't know either of them personally. But sorry, I just realized my lipstick was gross that whole time. Should I redo it? I'm just not going to. Can you live with me? Just hate when you realize that in the middle of a recording. How long has it been like that? Well, here we are. Okay. So anyway, I don't know Ricky or Jessie personally, but I just think they've done fantastic internet journalistic work. And they got all the goods, right? They have all the evidence. It's all right there. So what more, you guys, there is nothing more we need. We just have a bunch of fame whores on that are like, oh no, it's all fine. And no, it's not fine. You're all just taking selfies and enjoying what is this? You're famous because most of you had failed relationships. Like, what are we celebrating here? We're celebrating that everyone ended up with a terrible guy except for one girl. None of the relationships worked. So why is this worth it for you? Why not just do the right thing? I mean, I'm sorry. Any friend of mine that was doing this to children, I would say I'm so sorry, but I would at least say, look, I don't want to comment. There are things that I don't feel that I would handle differently, and I don't want to get involved in those details. Um, so I'm going to, bow out something, but have some kind of class and respect for just the kids alone. Why can't they just focus on those kids? I have no idea. But I'll tell you, forever on this channel, I will never be afraid to say the right thing. I will never be afraid to call these people out. And as gross as it makes me feel, you know what? They're being so gross for doing this. So I'm doing this for those babies, and I'm not going to show their pictures here anymore. I probably shouldn't have done that. I will never do that again. So I will blur it, or I will just, never show. I'm learning, you guys. So bear with me as I learn all the YouTube etiquette and just what I'm going to do on this channel, because I didn't plan on doing reality TV show reactions. I didn't know this was going to happen, but this is my personality. I I'm just going to do what I think is the right thing, because nobody else is doing the right thing except for Jesse and Ricky and Bri. Like, even if, let's say, Bri isn't innocent, because if you followed the story closely, you know that her ex-wife has a story, Deshawn, and that's interesting. She says a couple of things where you're like, I don't know if I can fully just say that Bri's telling the whole truth, but for the most part, I'd say like 95%, both of them are aligned in telling the same story. And even if they were both crazy women, the kids are innocent and they deserve to have their father take care of them. And there is no question that he is responsible. Period. The end. There is not a lesbian family that was taking care. There's not a lesbian couple. Even Ross Geller took care of Ben. It's like, I was telling my friend, I'm like, he's Ross Geller. He's Ross Geller. And so Ross Geller didn't say, oh, the lesbians are just going to take care of Ben. No, think of it. In Friends, she left him she said, I'm sorry, they were married and then she was pregnant. He's like, I ended up divorced from a pregnant lesbian. But Ross Geller took care of his kid. And that's what should be going on. So Tyler, take a lesson from Ross Geller. You don't get to just skip out on fatherhood because, you go on a reality TV show. Oh, wait, that's right. You had that billboard in Times Square. That will make the judge reconsider that 30 grand that you owe. Oh no, I'm sorry. That's not actually what's going to happen. Don't you just love the justice system and the court of law that will level set it? So all of us that have been made to feel crazy, we're being gaslit by everyone. It's like the judge let's see if Tyler shows up for court. And if he doesn't show up for court, I don't know. I looked up, it's 36 months in jail. He could spend 3 years in jail, be fined. And so there's a penalty. So let that just know that there is a penalty under the law that is telling all of us that I don't care how great, he's such a great guy. Yeah, well, no, he's not. He's liking teenagers on TikTok until he got caught and realized, yeah, dude, we can see you doing it. And then he disabled that. I'm not as TikTok savvy, so I don't know what he disabled, but basically nobody can see who he's liking anymore. But that just shows you, like, this is who he is. He will cheat on her if he hasn't already. I would bet all the money in my bank account right now that he's cheated on her probably more than once since they've gotten married. 100%. I would be willing to bet. And I don't know now if she's cheated on him. Like, there could be an arrangement. Who knows? But I no longer think Ashley is a quality person. I think they love all of this attention. This is what I call gumball people, just going from dopamine hit to dopamine hit. And I don't know, is Monica doing this too? I mean, I haven't even looked at her Instagram, but I'm not here to just go in and find how you guys can go look at their Instagrams, go look at their social media. And if it's all the, then they're not quality. These are my husband would tell me he dated in New York City for 15 years before we met. And those were the kinds of women that he would see. And he was just like, he called them like fashionistas, girls that were just into their looks, into their Instagrams, into their, like they would pull up Instagram on a date and show him it was just like shallow. It was just shallow. He couldn't find anybody with depth. And so these girls don't have depth. Therefore, they're not going to find good men because they aren't offering good conversation, ideas. I mean, look at the difference between Garrett and Taylor versus the other couples. The reason they're not highlighting Garrett and Taylor is because they were having in-depth discussions, and people know that that's not entertaining, but in reality, it's what makes a good marriage. It's what makes a long-term relationship function and work really well. And these people don't have it. They all will be broken. Well, they are all broken up. And Tyler and Ashley, I guess, are the only couple that's hanging on. But I mean, it's really sad. So I just wanted to make this so that I'm just literally trying to help you and all of us understand we are being gaslit. This is not fair. This is not how it should look. And they are wrong. All of them are wrong. Every single one. I don't care. I don't care how great of a friend they are to you. They're doing the wrong thing. And pull up the pictures of the kids. I could just say it 1,000 times. Couldn't you say it 1,000 times? Like, isn't it just like unreal? It's really it's so crazy to look at these people and how they present, and they seem so nice, and then they'll just look in a camera, sit on a podcast, and just completely disregard innocent children like they mean nothing. So if the kids are listening to this, the internet thinks you mean something. All of the people commenting, all the people saying, do the right thing. What are you doing? I can't believe this is how you're approaching this. Come on, Ashley, do the right thing. I mean, we need women like Ashley to say, no, this is not okay. I am walking away because I thought he was a good man. I thought I was marrying the love of my life, but I cannot be with somebody that I don't respect. And if you should not be able to respect those decisions. She should be saying that there is no way I can be married to somebody who can disregard their own children, because what happens if she has children with him and he meets somebody else? This is what he does. The second there's a new girl in his life, he abandons his kids, because this is not the first time he's done this. So, like I said, I don't care if there are 15 lesbians and they're all taking care of the kids in a lesbian village. I don't care. Pay your child support. Show up in court. The judge doesn't care about the lesbian family that was, right? I mean, and I guess she's engaged again, maybe, but that came from Ashley. I don't know. I don't know if Bri confirmed that, but it still doesn't matter because Ross Geller. So Carol had what's Carol's lesbian's name, or her partner's name? Dang it! Why can't I think of this? You know what? I'll think of it. Hold on. Susan. Carol and Susan, they took care of Ben, but guess what? Ross was also there too, because he's the father. And I'm sure he paid child support in the fake friends land. So there we go. I guess Ross couldn't abandon Ben because there were lesbians. I mean, I never thought I would speak more for lesbians in so many broadcasts, but it's like, this is so weird. It's so weird. Oh, well, they weren't sperm babies. I mean, just, you guys, it's just like the lies on lies on lies. They weren't sperm donor. I don't think, I mean, I didn't even realize in the beginning this was done the turkey baster way, which is really inefficient. If you know the IUI, intrauterine insemination, like you really, it can be done, and it has been done successfully. I'm not going to say it can't happen, but it's really, really not a good idea. I mean, it's just highly unlikely it's going to be successful. So we know the backstory, according to Deshawn, that all 3 children were conceived naturally. So let's just say even 2 out of 3. It's still not okay. But we keep getting told versions of the story on different podcasts that make us like, okay, wait, are we wrong again? No, we are not wrong. We are right. And the judge will confirm it. and we'll find out. I'm dying to know. So let's see how far this goes, because I'm gonna see, and if any of you FBI agents out there, fellow FBI agents, if you find out what happens in the court, or you are a lawyer or you know a lawyer, I would love for a lawyer that works in these cases to come on and explain to us what happens in cases like this, because I think that I'm done hoping for reality TV people or podcast interviewers that don't want to ask the hard questions. Like, let's find out the reality of what this case would mean if he doesn't show up, if he's in contempt. Because some states, I guess, you can chase and chase for child support, but you don't get it. But in other states, you definitely, if he doesn't show up, potentially there could be a warrant out for his arrest. So, or does this mean that now Ashley will have to come up with 30 grand? So it'll be interesting. You've denied the validity of these children, yet will you have to get into your pocket and pay? Because from what Bry has said, he doesn't have the money, and he wanted to unalive himself because she was putting so much pressure on him. So he has no money. He doesn't want anything to do with the kids. And you know what? There is no happy ending for these kids. Bry's like, please, I don't want them around. Like, they're not going to see these children, which I completely understand. Like, why would you do that to them knowing what you know now? So I would be the exact same way. There would be no way I would want him to have access to those kids anymore. But he is financially responsible. He is the father. The end. So let's watch that court case, Baltimore County, and we'll see what happens. So hopefully this wasn't insane for me to do this broadcast. I might regret it later, but it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. So let me know what you think. Tell me in the comments. And yeah, let me know if I missed anything. You guys, there is just so much I can miss. I mean, I still haven't even done a video on Hannah, which, by the way, I did not mean in my other video to skip over the ridiculousness, but I guess I'm trying to evaluate on YouTube, like, how much of this do you want? So if you want me to do an analysis on something, just let me know. Even if one person wants it, I'll do it. So just tell me what you want. That'll inspire me, because I'm looking at it like, okay, the show's over. Does anyone care? Should we move on to something else? And what else should we move on to? Do you want analysis on the other Love is Blind, from the UK or Habibi or whatever? What is the next show you want to hear, or the next analysis, or it could be fictional analysis like Sex and the City or Emily in Paris. Let me know what is on your mind. I'd love to hear it. Okay, do you feel better? I hope you feel better. I hope you feel vindicated. If we were all sitting together, we would all just be like, yeah, you know what? And this and this. So it's crazy. This is crazy. And I hope that we all can take a deep breath together and feel like all the comments and any broadcasts from everyone on YouTube that's saying this is wrong. Hopefully, if those little kids look this up years later, they will see people like me, people like Jessie Lou, people like Storytime with Ricky, all the people that were supporting their mom and supporting them and saying this is wrong. Because none of the people that were saying that it was okay or that he was such a nice guy, none of those people will be remembered for anything. So at least the kids will know, like, this is wrong. So if they're ever watching this, okay, so I hope you guys feel better. I hope this was vindication and just helps you feel like, okay, we're not crazy. We are being gaslit. This is wrong. And I don't care how many people tell me how great of a guy Tyler is and how amazing Ashley is. I'm sorry. We see what we see. We know what we know. We know what the right thing is to do. They're not making that choice for whatever reason. I don't know. Maybe there's more to the story, but I don't think there is. And even if there's more to the adult story, it doesn't matter. The adults could be completely removed from the entire equation. The bottom line is the children were abandoned. They need to be taken care of. Tyler is the father and he is responsible. Pay your child support, dude. Show up to court. Don't flake. Don't be a deadbeat. Do the right thing. That's it. All right. Let me know what you guys think. hopefully this is the last broadcast I do, but I can't even promise. I'm so mad about it. And I'm looking at my title, Tyler Jail Time. You know what? Wouldn't that be the best? I think that would be the best thing that could happen. Throw him in jail. I hope he doesn't have the money. I hope he does have to do some jail time so that we can all know that he's in jail and we can all know that he's right. He does deserve some jail time for all that gallivanting around and podcast interviewing and my videos on a billboard in Times Square. It's like, yeah, now you're in jail because that's the reality. That's the punishment you deserve. And now you can't be hounding, teenagers and college kids on TikTok. Ugh, he's just disgusting. So anyone who's his friend, you're, birds of a feather flock together. So right now, as it stands, I think Tyler and Ashley deserve each other. The kids deserve to never see him or have anything to do with him. He is a terrible father, not a good person, absolutely disgusting. So I hate to be that harsh, but you know what? It is what it is. The evidence is so clear. All right, you guys, let's move on from Tyler and depending on what we find out tomorrow, the court date. But I'm serious. If you know a lawyer, let's if I find out anything more juicy, then I'll do another broadcast. So yeah, let's stay tuned. All right, that wraps things up. Don't forget to take the Gumball Love quiz to avoid all the Tylers. Take the quiz on your ex. If you're in a situationship, if you are dating somebody right now and you want to know what is their type, do they have any red flags that are like Tyler or anybody else that we've seen in Love is Blind, or any of the red flags that are going to prevent them from having real connection and intimacy with you, find out before it's too late. Take the quiz right now. The link is in the description. And until next time, I'll see you soon.